Welcome back to Normal Baseball. Today we are continuing our 2023 Will Be series. Today we got the Milwaukee Brewers. Let's get into it. What is going on? Welcome back to Normal Baseball and welcome back to our 2023 Will Be series, which is our team projections for each team. Today we are doing the Milwaukee Brewers. I'm Alex Normal Dog. That's Lewis. And we are going to be talking about the Brew Crew today. We did a power ranking for the entirety of MLB. And the Brewers came 16th on our list, so the 16th best team in Major League Baseball and the 7th best team in the National League. We rated each team on a scale of 1 to 10 in 7 different categories. We totaled up all the scores, and that's how we ranked them. Lineup, bench, defense, rotation, bullpen, coaching, and energy were the 7 different categories. And we are going to be going through saying what our grades were for each one and why, and talk a little bit about the team, what we think they're going to be doing this season. Just preview the team a little bit, team projections. Let's get into it.
Of course.
So, the Milwaukee Brewers won 86 games last season, just missed out on the playoffs. They just missed out on the playoffs. 86 wins. Yep. They came very close to that wild card spot. It was the first time in a while that they haven't made the playoffs. It feels like since they were one game away from the World Series in 2018.
Was it 2018? Wow.
Yeah, since they were one game away from the World Series in 2018, they kind of have gotten worse each season.
Feels like forever ago.
It does feel like forever ago. But now we'll see how they're going to do this season.
Yes, sir.
So let's just get right into it. Their lineup, out of 10, we gave it a 7.3.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not the best we've seen so far, but nowhere near the worst. Their lineup is looking like Christian Yelich in left field, Willy Adames at shortstop, Rowdy Tellez at first base, William Contreras catching, Jesse Winker at DH, Luis Urias at third base, Garrett Mitchell in center field, Brian Anderson in right field, and Bruce Charang at second base. It's a good lineup.
Yeah, it is missing a few things that obviously could be improved upon. However, if this is their lineup that they're rolling into opening day, and I'm a Brewers fan, I am going to be happy with it, mainly because all of these guys look very, very much, I don't want to say the word usable, very serviceable at their positions, and I'm looking forward to seeing how they perform.
Yeah, I think a couple of the moves they've made this offseason have actually maybe made their lineup a little better than last year. When you're talking about what they lost from their lineup last year, Omar Narvaez, who was a big catcher for them,
made his way to the Mets.
Yeah, made his way to the Mets on a 2-year deal. McCutchen, who was actually a really good DH for them last year, played the outfield too. He went back over to the Pirates, returned home, and that's really the significant ones they lost. But what they brought in was very good as well. In a trade, part of the Sean Murphy trade, 3-team trade, they received William Contreras from the Braves.
Which, when the trade came out, made the Brewers instant winners.
Yeah, I mean, that is...
William Contreras, you're a winner.
Yeah, they didn't even have to give up that much. They just kind of got William Contreras, all-star last year, known for his bat, but his glove can improve because he's still 25 years old. And now he's going to be a catcher instead of a DH because he was DHing a lot in Atlanta. Now he's going to be a catcher most of the time. I'm excited to see William Contreras catch every day and see how he balances hitting with catching now. I'm looking forward to seeing that. You have the guys like Yelich, who Yelich is going to hopefully put together a really nice season. We talked about it in our left field rankings, which I don't know if they're out by the time this is being posted.
They
They
might be
probably
there.
will. I think they will. But we talked about him in that, and we think that he's going to put together a decently nice season, something that the Brewers need and what they wanted after 2018, 2019. They expected that a lot more, and they didn't get that a lot more, which is what they want now. So we'll see if Yelich can do that. I think you want to talk about Jesse Winker, don't you? They got Jesse Winker in a trade with the Mariners. And do you want to talk about Jesse Winker a little bit? Do you know this? I assume you know the story.
Go ahead and tell it, and then I'll give my 2 cents.
Okay, so Jesse Winker in Seattle, which is where he was last year. It was very commonly known that he was dealing with some stuff while he was in Seattle, and he was just not enjoying being there.
He was not mentally all there and not mentally committed to the team.
Yeah, he wasn't committed to the team. He wasn't working his hardest. So he went from batting .305 in 2021 to batting .219 last season. I think he's going to come to the Brewers, and he is going to return to being himself.
I hope so. I think the change of scenery was necessary for him. And I don't want to say that he was doing anything wrong. You know, mental health is something to never be taken lightly. And I am just happy that Jesse Winker is going to get a fresh start somewhere as going into his age 30 season where he has a chance to really perform to the ability that we all know him to perform. And I hope that one thing that always came out with the Mariners last season was that he refused to work out with any of his teammates, refused to spend time with them. And I'm very happy to say that he has been spending time with his new teammates in Milwaukee and getting used to and enjoying the fans and really embracing the culture of being a true Brewer, which I love to see.
Yeah, no, I hope he becomes one of them Brewers guys. Wow, he's on the Brewers. He's just hitting bombs. He's hitting bombs. He's having a great time. That's what I think it's like Vogelback. When I think Brewer, I go to Rowdy Tellez, Vogelback, and now Luke the Duke Voigt.
Luke, baby! Luke Voigt!
Luke Voigt is on this team. Minor league though, so we'll see.
He'll win some sort of crown this year from me.
Another guy I'm interested in this lineup is Garrett Mitchell, who was a rookie last year, but in just 28 games, small sample size in the majors, but he batted .311 with a 136 WRC plus. That is promising, and not to mention in AAA last season, 20 games, yes, but in AAA last season batted .342. So, I'm interested to see him play a good amount of games on the major league level this season to see what he's really made of, what he can do.
Well, Garrett Mitchell, being the consensus prospect guy here on the show, I will say that Garrett Mitchell has been a name that's been thrown around for a couple of years because his bat-to-ball skill is just second to none type of deal. He's just absolutely amazing at hitting it where they're not. And it's that simple. I'm very much looking forward to watching him man center field and hopefully work his way up on this lineup before the season ends. Obviously, this is just the Fangraphs projected lineup, but I definitely think towards the middle or the second half of the season, we could talk about Garrett Mitchell being one of the better leadoff guys or two-hole guys in the league.
Yeah, if he can keep that average up, there would be no reason to not have him batting towards the top of the lineup. I'm very excited to see that play out because, like I said, small sample size, but that leaves room to think for the best. This guy's going to go off this year. And I like that. I like being able to think that. Another guy they got, Brian Anderson. He was a free agent. He was on the Marlins for a while. But they picked him up. He's going to be playing right field for them mostly.
I'm shocked that they let him go.
The Marlins? Yeah. I'm more... I don't know. I'm not too shocked. He was injured a lot in the last few seasons. Didn't really, he wasn't really that guy anymore in Miami, so they let him go. Right. I think it's a not bad pickup for the Brewers. Nothing really bad to say about it. He has the potential. The potential is there. Do you have any other guys you want? Oh, Willie Adames.
Willie Adames
should definitely highlight.
Yeah.
Big part of this team since he got traded there.
Part of this team, yep. And I'm just looking forward to seeing how this lineup comes together. Hopefully, we'll see this because if this lineup is firing on all cylinders and everyone's playing to the ability that we know that they can play at, we're talking about a serious dark horse when it comes to that playoff race.
Oh yeah, big dark horse. It mostly relies on the guys like Yelich, Winker. Even I'd go as far to say Willy Adames.
Yep.
He needs to just keep the production up, which seems like a lot of pressure, but that's just true. He needs to keep it going. Keep it going.
I agree.
I'm excited. So, moving on to their bench. We gave their bench a 6.7 out of 10. Their bench is looking like Victor Carantini, backup catcher. Mike Brosseau, infielder. Mostly infielder, can play outfield. Keston Hiura, mostly infield, can play outfield. And Tyler Naquin, who was a non-roster invitee to spring training.
He'll make the team.
He'll probably make the team. It's a good bench. You got. They're good bench pieces. These are guys that are going to come off the bench. Keston Hiura has that potential. We saw him be really, really good a couple years ago. He'll probably be playing a good bit. Same thing with Mike Brosseau. He'll probably be slotting in there a good bit, maybe at second base.
They'll be great platoon pieces.
I think they're going to play a lot. Both of them are going to be playing second base a lot, is what my guess would be. But it's a good bench, especially if you add Tyler Naquin in there. He can be very good. Yeah. I like the potential in this bench. It's nothing crazy, but it's not a bad bench whatsoever, considering.
I completely agree with that. I'm looking forward to seeing how they handle what guys they want on their bench depending on who they're facing. It's a very big matchup thing with the Brewers, so I'm excited to see how they handle it.
Yeah. Moving right along to their defense. We gave their defense a 6.6 out of 10. It's nothing crazy. Obviously, you got Yelich, who's a pretty good defender. There's no real great defenders.
Well,
who's your great? Garrett Mitchell's a good defender.
Garrett Mitchell, Willy Adames, I think in the infield,
he's good. He's not nothing crazy, but he's good. Yeah,
but he's good. Christian Yelich has very underrated defender for the most part of his career. Yes, he does play left field, which usually you hide players there, but I feel like he doesn't shine away from having to make the throws, make the catches. He seems to just patrol that area very well, and that's really all that I can tell you about their defense. And William Contreras, I think, now him becoming a full-time catcher could lead to him playing a lot better.
He's got to put the work in.
Yeah, he has the potential. It's a matter of if he taps into it.
Yeah, the potential is there. We're gonna move right. You want to move past that?
Yeah.
I don't really have much else to say about their defense.
No, that's pretty cut and dry.
Yeah. Their rotation, the big Kahuna. We gave their rotation a 9.2 out of 10, the highest we've seen so far. This rotation: Corbin Burns, Brandon Woodruff, Eric Lauer, Freddie Peralta, and Wade Miley. Corbin Burns, best cutter in the game. He is going to go off this season. He is one of the best pitchers in the game right now.
So
I'm so high on Corbin Burns.
Let's just speak about the elephant in the room. Corbin Burns actively at spring training comes out and speaks out against how the Brewers handled his arbitration. I am on Corbin Burns' side.
Oh yeah.
I do think that he is more than worthy of earning every dollar that he filed for, not what the settlement came to. And I do agree that it's a bad look, especially for a guy who Fangraphs ranks as the second best pitcher in baseball. And I think it's pretty consensus that he is at least, if you watch baseball enough and you know baseball enough, that he's at least a top 4 pitcher in baseball.
Oh yeah, 100%.
At bare minimum.
On his bad days, even.
Yeah. And I think that he's going to be playing with a little bit of that extra, like,
F you.
Yeah, like that little more fuck you type thing. I'm looking forward to it. I really hope that he just absolutely shoves and shows how valuable he can be as a pitcher. How valuable he is as a pitcher. Can be, because he's proven it.
Yeah, I was going to say, he's extremely valuable as a pitcher. Last season at a 2.94 ERA, which is high for him as a starter, which is crazy.
Yeah.
He is most certainly going to be gone after next season.
We'll see.
Not 2020, 2020. He's not re-signing.
We'll see.
Unless something drastically changes. If I'm the Brewers and he's really good by the All-Star break,
extend him.
You either extend him or
trade him.
Try to trade him and get extreme value. It depends on where they are in the standings and how they're feeling about playoffs and their chances that year. But there definitely is a world where Corbin Burnes gets traded this season or next season.
There is a chance, especially after their selling of Josh Hader last season at the trade deadline. However, I do think if any team were to trade for Corbin Burnes, you are leveraging damn near the next 5 to 6 years of your top prospects. Like, Corbin Burnes would be one of the most valuable trades to go down.
Probably in a while, since, well, to be fair, Soto was traded last season, but...
Yeah, but even then, I think Corbin Burnes has earned the right to say that he's in that echelon of of like Juan Soto type of trades. Not the exact package, obviously, that's like a once in a million players that can garner a package like that, but Corbin Burnes would need a very, very, very hefty amount of prospect talent and major league talent to trade for him.
Yeah, Corbin Burnes just has elite stuff. His cutter is on another level.
A lot of swing and miss stuff. He's great. As for the rest of their starting rotation, Brandon Woodruff is very good. A great number 2 behind Corbin Burnes. Eric Lawler, another just very, very solid lefty pitcher who I like to watch a lot. I think he's very underrated in the terms of the starting pitching world. I think he's very good. Freddie Peralta, another guy, young guy. And Wade Miley closes it out at 5, who's their newest addition to this starting 5 rotation.
Yeah, I like the addition of Wade Miley.
Mm-hmm.
I actually really like that addition.
Yeah, if he's still got stuff in the tank, no better place to use it than the Brewers.
Is
it Great American Ballpark?
American Family.
American Family Field. Now.
Yeah, I think that it's gonna be fun to watch him in the Brewers organization. He had some good years leading up to it. And that moves Adrian Hauser to the bullpen, which I like.
Yep.
Exactly. So I think it works out really well. And I just think this rotation's going to be a force to reckon with all season.
I agree.
So, yeah. If we want to get to their bullpen, we gave their bullpen a 7.3 out of 10, heavily carried by Devin Williams and Bryce Wilson.
Yep.
There other people besides Devin Williams, who is their bona fide closer, Matt Bush, Peter Strzelecki. I wish I could say that last name. I apologize. Hobie Milner. Javi Guerrera, Joel Piamps, and then Adrian Hauser, as we mentioned, plus Bryce Wilson, Devin Williams. It's a good bullpen, but lacks some of those bigger names, obviously, besides Devin Williams.
Well, if only they had like a really power guy, like
a closer,
pitcher,
like a lefty closer. Yeah, lights out.
That had just this gorgeous, luscious hair.
Yeah, that would be really good for them.
Yeah, but all in all, I mean, for what this is and how the Brewers organization has been historically with pitching, it would not surprise me if there was another one of these guys, either that's listed here on FanGraphs to start, to be on the roster opening day, or a guy in AAA that could be coming up soon that could be a very, very good pitcher in the bullpen or starting. Probably the bullpen is what they would be looking for right now. So it'll be fun. It'll be fun to see how they go about developing their bullpen talent this season.
I agree. Developing is a big thing, and the Brewers have seemed to be able to develop very good pitching. So I'm leaning on this being a good bullpen. But I think I don't think we could just say that out of the blue. Like, I do think that the lower-ish rating makes sense, because you can't just go out and say they're going to do this.
Yeah, we need to see some proof in the pudding before we take a bite, type of thing.
Which hopefully we will.
I believe we will.
We gave their coaching staff a 7.2 as well. I think that just kind of ties into the whole developing pitchers stuff. They can coach guys really well. They can mostly on the pitching side of the ball. I want to say their hitting coaches are probably not the strong suit, but their pitching coaches are different gravy, because the amount of pitchers they produce is crazy. Not to mention Craig Counsell is a very good manager as well.
Oh yeah.
So I like their coaching. 7.2 seems fair. because their hitting coaches might be able to improve a little bit.
Yeah, I'm a fan of it.
Yeah, me too. So then lastly, their energy. We gave them a 5.2. We went on the lower end with the 5.2 out of 10. There really aren't, when you look at this lineup, too many guys who will... I mean, it depends. Willie Adames.
Jesse Winker, who absolutely loves... Jesse Winker, all-time troll when it comes to the trolling fans. All-time troll.
Oh, yeah.
So, no question about it there. Garrett Mitchell, the young kid, center fielder, I'm looking forward to seeing him be electric. And Corbin Burns, if he does play with some of that fuck you energy that we talked about earlier, definitely I'm going to get some loud, strike out the side, scream at you, and then walk back to the dugout.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
And that is what I need coursing through my veins.
Yeah, I mean, 5.2 seems low, in my opinion, but prove us wrong. Prove us wrong, Brewers.
Yeah, please.
Be that team, that extremely fiery team that everyone loves. Do it. Be it.
Yep. I'm in for it.
Do you want to give us a rookie report quickly?
Oh, of course. Ooh. So as for the Brewers, it's very hard to tell because their top 3 prospects are all ranked in the top 100 for from MLB.com this season. They're ranked in at 8th, at 30th, and 90th. Now, all 3 of them are projected to start in AAA this season. However, I do want to touch on the player who is ranked 8th in the MLB Top 100 ranking, Jackson Churro?
Yeah, Jackson Churro. Yep.
Jackson Churro. Last season, he played in A-ball, high A-ball, and double A, and now they are projecting him to start in AAA. Over those 3 different leagues last season, he batted .288 with an OPS of .880, looked really solid at the plate, was able to control his bat well and produce 20 homers. However, he did strike out a lot, 118 strikeouts, but had 32 walks, so...
That's always a good sign.
Yeah, there's potential. I'm looking forward to him, depending on how he starts the year in AAA. I think that this might not be the year for him to get called up. It might be a full AAA season for him.
Okay.
But if anything does happen, knock on wood that nothing happens and everyone stays healthy.
Oh, yeah.
If anything does happen,
we might see
I do think that we might see him or their number 30, which is another guy who definitely deserves a shot. All 3 of the guys in the Brewers organization who are ranked in the top 100 definitely are deserving of a shot. I just wanted to highlight their top prospect.
Which seems normal. Highlight the top prospect who people should be the most excited about. Fans should be excited that they're going to get to see this guy eventually. Yeah. And knowing about him now is kind of a big part of that. So I like it. I fully do like it. Now we want to do MVP. Well, actually, first, let me say the Brewers are projected to win 83 games this season.
Really?
Do you think higher or lower? I think higher.
I think that number's too low. I'm going to say higher.
I think higher as well. I'm glad we painlessly agree on that.
Yeah.
MVP hitter and pitcher. Who will be the MVP hitter for the Brewers next season?
This answer is just too easy. Luke Voit. Luke the Duke Voit will be the MVP hitter and pitcher for them this season. Definitely the MVP hitter. I'm going Luke Voit.
Okay. I'm gonna go with Garrett Mitchell. I'm going to take a risk. I'm just gonna fun. I'd love to see him do it. Love to see him do it.
Yep.
Who will be the MVP pitcher this season?
You want to say it on 3?
1, 2, 3. Corbin Burns.
No question.
Easy money. Yeah. That's about as easy as it gets.
Absolutely.
Like we said, they're projected to win 83 games this year. We both think they'll win more. And now I will say the 2023 Milwaukee Brewers will be in, and you'll tell me what place you think they will be in. Lewis, the 2023 Milwaukee Brewers will be in
3rd place.
Can't pick 3rd. We did that for the Cubs.
Oh, we did? Then 2nd place.
2nd place. That's what I agree. That's what
we put the Cubs in.
Yeah, I mean, right now, what our NL Central is looking like is Reds, Pirates, Cubs, Brewers. Okay. Except me and you have the Reds and Pirates switched. I have Reds 4th. I mean, I have Pirates 4th. You have Reds 4th.
All right.
So,
I like it.
yeah.
Let's go Brewers.
Let's go Brewers. Prove everyone wrong. Have a fun season. Be better than people expect you to be.
Wear the City Connects more often because they're really fucking
City
clean.
Connects are nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. And thank you guys for listening, watching, viewing, subscribing, commenting, sharing, all that if you liked, enjoy. And if you're a Brewers fan, remember that you know more about your team than we do. And thank you. We will see you guys in the next one. Peace.